Hey, dooby dooby doo. Hello. 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 Oh, it's warm. Oh, oh, piss flaps. Fuck's sake. Hello? Anyone there? Hello? Hello? Hang on. Get this fucking thing in the hole. Where are you? Where's the fucking thing? Get in there. Oh my God. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Sorry, I was just getting my headphones into the Skybox. I've just got to figure out what the fuck. There we go. I've got it. Because I had it to my Xbox. Hang on. There we go. Oh my God, I'm so hot again. I'm going to change very quickly. I always do this. My office is like a fucking sauna. 1 second. There we go. Show us. I think I'd get taken down if I showed you these puppies. How are we going? a bit of a wayward stream, eh? A bit of a wayward stream. Because I almost bailed because I'm not 100%. I don't feel great. I'm feeling a little bit like ill. And it's just not a really like a big game, is it? Let's be honest. Not that, you know, no offense to Shamrock Rovers, because they can finish within a point of us, but all things said and done, for us, I just couldn't give a bollocks. Do you know what I mean? The Tottenham United game is probably going to be a bit more entertaining. I'll probably keep an eye on that in some capacity, but it's good to see Tyreek George and Joshua Achiampong in the starting 11. Once again, obviously, both getting promoted to the senior team. Achiampong signing a new contract. It's all looking good in that regards. There's some other youngsters on the bench. Well, it's still important that certain players get a run around, no less. As you can see, the starting 11 for this game. We started a little later today just because it's not an important game, as I said, and there's no point doing half an hour build up. I also didn't do me hair for it. I've just had a shower to try and spruce myself up, but Jesus. I think Disassi will be captain. Just opening the window for a second. Let some air in, because it is fucking stuffy as old boot in here. But yeah, Jorgensen, good. Achiampong, good. Disassi, Vega, good. Cucurella was, I'd be surprised if he wasn't in a lot of people's predicted 11, purely for the same reason, if you remember why Pedro Neto. Why Neto was playing against Astana was because he was suspended for his, for the game against Brentford. And so Madueke didn't travel with the team. He didn't go to Kazakhstan. And so as such, there is no need for... well, at the same time, though, I think this is telling. I think this is telling of how we plan to start against Everton on the weekend, because Vega's starting in this game alongside Cucurella, who I actually had Vega down as the obvious replacement for Cucurella for that game. However, I think it's probably safe to say that we're going to go with a back three with Caicedo at right back, or, you know, Caicedo at right back. Vega might start. I don't know. It's a bit confusing in that sense, though. But typically, when we're missing like a key first team player, we go to that new how the fuck do you even remember I used to wear a hairband? Was that 2 seasons ago? That was a long time ago. But yeah, I'm happy with this lineup. I'm just trying to work out what's going on at the left back, because, like I say, Cucurella won't be available against Everton, so we probably won't see it. Well, we won't see him in that game. Casaday's back. He was banned. Was it a straight red? I think it was was it a straight red that he got against Noah? Could be wrong. You know, Dewsbury Hall as well gets a good start for him. Again, nice for him to get plenty of, you know, game time in these types of games. But that said, after this, we won't be playing for 4 months, 3 months, 2.5, 3 months, because there is going to be no Conference League until March. So we've got FA Cup, we've got Morecambe early on in January. We haven't got Carabao Cup. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with game time for a lot of these players. Achimpong, unlikely to start for Chelsea in the Premier League. George, again, not really looking likely for someone like him. Casaday, Dewsbury Hall, pretty much any of these players besides Vega and Cucurella and Madueke, obviously. They won't necessarily see first team football. So this, for a lot of them, will probably be their last time. Why am I watching Hearts versus Heart of Midlothian? What is this? I've never seen Hearts' full name on a thing. It's Heart of Midlothian versus Petro Club. Wow. But in our game, the boys are in the tunnel. They're ready to come out. 2 yellows, was it, for Casaday? Maybe versus Everton, Caicedo, Tosin, Colwell, and Gusto in left back. Yeah, that would be the most, the most sort of likely. But then again, I honestly, I would be happier with Vega at left back than Gusto at left back. I'm not all that on Gusto at left back. If I'm thinking correctly, like I say, I'm a little bit ill today, so you'll have to excuse any mistakes that I might come out with, any bullshit I might come out with. But with that said, please do like the stream, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. If you're watching on TikTok, please do tap the screen, follow if you haven't done so already. And if you want to watch the stream in a different social media platform, then youtube.com/ChelseaFansXI is the place to go. Predictions for today's game. I think most of these players are going to be up for the occasion. We're at home, you know, so an Achimpong or George goal would be perfect, would it not? Or like an Achimpong to George, which is going to be hard because they're both on the right. I'm going to go, I think my prediction was like 3-1 I don't know how good or bad Shamrock Rovers are, but in the Conference League standard, they are doing pretty fucking good. They're 6th. I'm almost positive that they have all but pretty much confirmed. No, they haven't. This is a massive game for them for automatic promotion. I'm in no way, shape, or form expecting us to lose, but a win would confirm that they are, through. And I'm almost positive that they'll be hoping that, that they can get automatic promotion. And I don't think that they'd want to fancy their chances in a knockout sort of, what do you call it? Qualify. What's it called? Qualifiers or like the playoffs. That's the one. But yeah, we're looking pretty in first place. We will in the quarter-final, not the round of 16, but in the quarter-final, play second place. So as it stands, that is Victoria de Guimarães. But again, it could be Fiorentina. Other than that, I'm really not bothered about who, But it would be. Not sure if you can hear the church bell outside. 2-0, 4-2. I think we'll concede. You'll have to excuse the monster as well. We've gone over this before, but I feel like absolute death. I need a bit of pep in my step. As you can see, I do not look myself. Can you tell I'm ill? Can you tell I'm ill? Look at the fucking state of me. Do I not look fucking ill? I feel it. I fucking feel it. I want to be good, feeling good for Everton. Let's get the timer up. I'm really liking the new design for the I don't look ready. Oh, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. The new design I've got for the score sheet, I think it looks a lot nicer than the one I had like first dozen games of the season. Just get on with it. 8 o'clock kickoff as well, man. Fucking hell. It will be the Hoops. I don't know if that's what they call themselves, but we have got Hoops. Shamrock Rovers to kick off, and we are underway. This, the final game of the group stages in this group stage phase in the Conference League. Chelsea, with 5 wins so far, look to make it a full perfect sweep with 6 wins. They are the Hoops. They are the Hoops. Nicknames, the Hoops and Rovers. See, I just assumed that they'd be called the Hoops. It does feel weird. See, I used to grow up. It's funny. I used to play as Shamrock Rovers on FIFA as a kid. Cheers, mate. I'm feeling rough today. It's not very often you guys see me with my hair down, is it? It's a bad hair day, but I'm feeling pretty shit. Yeah, I used to play with Shamrock Rovers as a kid all the time. I remember Twig. I don't know how big of a player Twig actually was in the like the history of Shamrock. Brilliant play by Guillou, and gets tackled right at the end there. But Twig, I'm talking like prime 2012. Shamrock Rovers team. It might have even been 2011. Should we go through some of the players? Squad. Gary Twig was an absolute menace. An absolute menace up top for Shamrock Rovers. Scored many a goal against my brother. Once I actually got better at him at FIFA, because he's an older brother, so he would always absolutely batter me when I was very young. Then got to the point where I could beat him with Shamrock Rovers and he was Real Madrid. So the tides have changed. He was not happy. He was not happy. My hair is a fucking mess, isn't it? Jesus. Hello. Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall. So I do have some sentimentality involved in this game. It's Achampong with an absolute stinker of a shot. My word. It's worth a pop. It's worth a pop. It's not quite Trevor Chalobah. But you know, you've got to give him that. He tried at least. That was one of the worst shots we've seen at the Bridge this season. The Irish schedule is weird. They've only really gotten good in the past few years. See? Well, there you go. I followed Shamrock Rovers when they were shit, I guess. I don't know. How are they doing these days in terms of honours? When was the last time? Fucking Jesus, they've won a lot. Not for a while, though, by the looks of it. They've won the league 4 years in a row. What's this star? 2010, 2011, 2020, 2021, 22, 23. Damien Duff is manager of Shelbourne. Or Shelbourne. Who's their manager at the moment? Stephen Bradley. Is that what you said? Doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell. A poor man's Celtic. It does feel like we are playing Celtic. It's got to be said. And Nkunku, an absolute storming of the left-hand side by Kukurea. His cross is put out for a corner ball. A corner ball. 38 likes on the stream. If we can get to 100 today, I think it'll be an achievement because we're a bit low on numbers today, but that's okay. And it's also completely understandable. It's just, you know, it's one of those games. Like I said, you're lucky I'm even doing this in the first place because I was more than comfortable on my sofa not long ago with the dog and ready to just watch it in the comfort of my own living room. But I thought, the show must go on. I can't be missing games willy-nilly, you know. People are watching Spurs United as well, I know. Such a meaningless game, this, isn't it? Watching Saeed and all that. Mark Goldbridge and all that. They're chucking toilet roll. Well, that's great. What is it with people throwing shit at us? I mean, that's just not helping, is it? It's just not helping your team to win a game that is ultimately very, very, very important. I'm all for a laugh and a joke, but surely this isn't going to hype up the players anymore. The referee's called a halt to the game. He's going to... What's going on? Referee's really not happy with this. Is it receipt paper? Sounds like receipt paper. They always do it. Is this like their thing? Wherever you may be. Vega giving it what for in the box. Sometime today, for the love of God. It's a bit of paper. For Christ's sake. What a palaver over nothing. Corner ball to Chelsea. Ball comes in. Headed across. It's Tyreek George. Goes to the byline, crosses in, and it's going to be another corner ball. Another corner ball. It's 10 o'clock. Thank you very much. 50 likes on the stream as the ball comes in. It's headed away as far as Kukurea, Madueke. Dewsbury Hall finds Vega. And Nkunku is in support. He gets the ball. Back to Vega. Madueke's in loads of space on the right-hand side. I'm sure switch of the ball will be on the cards any second. Cassidy finds Disasi. Achimpong. Cassidy again, stretched out there. Finds Disasi, who passes it back to Jorgensen. Vega. Confused my husband, who thought it was a goal and not 50 likes. He needs to get to know. He needs to understand. Ball played across field. It's not a good clearance at all. But it will go out for a throw in. Madueke. 3,000 fans. 3,000 travelling fans for Shamrock Rovers. The Hoops. Excuse me. God, Achimpong looks such a baby face, doesn't he? Throw in. Dewsbury Hall. Achimpong gets it back. Nice little run inside. Passes across. Finds Vega. Vega to George. He seems really good. Obviously, confidence-wise, it's a little bit... It will come in time. He just looks really shaky on the ball. Not so much right now. But in previous games, when he's featured, I think against Newcastle, he looked really nervous. Here's George. Finds Kukurea. Strange pass, but he does get it off. So it's George down the left. Great cross by George. Headed away. Comes out to Achimpong. 7 years younger than Reece. That's crazy, isn't it? Great ball by Madueke right across the face of goal. No one attacking it. 10 minutes played at the bridge. And we really haven't come close to scoring so far. Do you like Mango Monster? Mango Monster. Is that the blue one? Oh, it's a bad pass back. Guillaume intercepts. Perhaps should have looked for the pass to George, who was in support. He's got the ball now after the deflection. Cuts inside. Great cross. Headed away to Nkunku. Guillaume. Mango Monster. It is. It's that juice one. I tried it when I was in America in like 2017, thinking it was going to be fizzy, and it wasn't fizzy, and it was just like juice. Obviously, it says juice on the fucking thing, but you still expect it to have carbonation for some reason. Kukurea flicks it. George puts it back in. Kukurea just dispossessed, but wins it back really well. And it was just a really odd sensation. And it's more so like, it's just like syrup. Unless it's changed these days. But unfortunately, I have just got the original one. I'm not a fan, personally. Well, it's the like sugar one, like just the regular one. I wanted to get zero sugar because I think that is decent. Plus, it's zero sugar. Whereas these ones, it just gives you a fucking headache. How did I meet Alex? He hired me. He put out a couple of years ago, like an advert, a job advert on Twitter saying, I need someone who's capable of editing Photoshop and preferably someone who has like an on-screen presence and like is comfortable being on camera, blah, blah, blah. And I fit the bill. And here I am, still working with him every day. We've got a really, really, really big project on at the moment, which if it all comes off well, I can't wait. It's going to be sick. It's going to be so good. But I'm not allowed to say anything, unfortunately, but I can get you all excited for it. I like the white one. I do like the white one. Nkunku might go from distance here. He's cut inside. It's a lovely little chip, and Dewsbury Hall just not enough height on him to get a flick on the end of that. But it is a good bit of link up. Didn't amount to anything, unfortunately, but the idea was there. The idea was there. Lovely little bit of play from Nkunku. I suppose you will be, yeah. It depends. You might not want to. If that's a bit of a hint of what it might be. You can be a part of it, but you might not. It depends if you like it. Oh, great chance for Shamrock Rovers right across the face of goal. And it's Kenny, Shamrock Rovers' top scorer in the Conference League, who passes it completely wide. It's an absolutely fantastic. I think he might be offside, but it's a tap-in. It's an absolute tap-in. The paywall, there's no... Well, I mean, I suppose there is a paywall, but it would make sense once you know what it is, that obviously it will have some sort of payment required. It's hard to explain without telling you exactly what it is. But I wouldn't be involved in it if I didn't like the idea of it. So I like to think you guys like what I come up with. It's not necessarily my idea from the get-go, but I'm doing a lot of the work. Put it that way. Yeah, it's not Circle. It's not a sponsorship or anything. Me and Alex have got something in the pipeline, but I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but it is exciting. We've been doing it a few weeks. Oh, it's a bit of a mix up. Dewsbury Hall picks it up. It's not necessarily media. I'll say that's the only thing I can say. Back post, great chance, Madueke over the bar. Streaming on Netflix. Solanke with the goal against United. Yeah, it will be good. You just got to trust me. It's good. And considering I'm pretty much completely the one putting it all together, I believe that that's a reason that you'll like it. This stream is so laggy. TikTok one's better. I just don't believe you. But thanks. Play it down at the moment. The views are starting to pick up a little bit now. Hello, everyone that is just tuning in. Please do subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 10.5k already. Can you believe it? We're under 200 subscribers away from 10,500. The next goal, believe it or not, is 25k, which I know seems like a long shot because 10k took long enough as it is. But I feel like now we've hit 10k, it should just come in, start rolling in. And the longer I do, the old solos are back and everything like that. So it seems to be going well. Should have scored by now. We've had a couple of decent chances, but nothing crazy. A 20, like I could justify a 24-hour stream, but I don't think the missus would like that. Bit late for the monster. Well, it's either that or I fall asleep, mate, because I'm not very well. And probably would have been better having a coffee or something, but is Cassidy. I had the bug earlier this week. I've seen it's been going around. I haven't been in the office for like 2 weeks. So I'm unsure. Well, it's probably the missus that's brought something back from her office. Because like I say, I've been somewhat of a recluse for the most part. Do a sleep stream. I'll just put Rufus cam on and you can watch me sleep on the sofa. Do you think if we sign Cobalt, we'll be good? Well, we got that. My doppelganger is in the pipeline for being a Chelsea's next goalkeeper. You know, I cannot wait for the just bombardment of. You look like the keeper. You look like Chelsea's keeper. Cobalt, oh, you look just like him. And it's just, it will get boring very quickly. You got anything nice planned for Christmas? It's just the three of us for Christmas, but then we are going back to the missus' home, well, where she grew up for New Year. So that'll be good. I was saying it the other day, they're not much drinkers. They're not really like big drinkers, which will mean it'll be my first like New Year's without a drink for like 15 years. Which isn't actually as bad as it sounds. I just cut my lip. It won't. Honestly, it will be quite. I'm actually quite looking forward to like being sober and not hungover on the first day of the year. I've had a stinking hangover every single year for the last half of my life, so it's about time. It's about time. Comes out to Tyreek George. Just not enough. I will be drinking over Christmas, though. There's still at least another week and a bit before we go away. Your work do is tomorrow. Fucking hell. I haven't been to a work drinks in like 2-3, well, probably more. I haven't been to work drinks since COVID. I just can't be asked. I've worked where I've worked since I was about 20 or 21. And I'm turning 30 next year. That's a lot of fucking work drinks. And there's only so much you can put up with. And I was always the last to leave when it would be like proper, like going out for drinks and everything. I'd always be the last one there. Oh, it's a dodgy one, and it's in! Oh, Guillau's absolutely headbutted the post. But a head back to the keeper. Keeper caught in no man's land, and Mark Guillou, with his 3rd goal in 2 games, puts it in the back of the net. It's a stinker. It ends a clock. It's an absolute stinker of a goal, but we'll take it. Really, really poor defending. And Chelsea have just made the most of it. Mark Guillou, as I said, the goal scorer. Over the top. It's just such bad play. What part of Guillou does this hit? I swear he hits his fucking face here. Oh, we're going to see a real close-up here. Oh, his fucking hat's in the way. We couldn't see it. I mean, he seems fine. He seems fine. Dedication. And Mark Guillou, his goal-scoring tally is ever growing for Chelsea these days. People saying he couldn't hit a barn door. Well, he's not scored the prettiest of goals, but he'll take them for sure. But yeah, I've been to enough work drinks in my lifetime already, at least where I work, to justify never going again. It's not my thing. I love going to the pub and going out for a drink, but there comes a limit, you know, where you're with them all day and then you're with them all night getting pissed with them. You know, I just want to go home. just want to go home. Is the Irish division compared to League One standard in England? I don't think that's an insult, is it? It's not Championship, is it? Can someone confirm? Anto, can you confirm what the comparison is? What division? Oh my God, Shamrock Rovers with a chance there. Kenny. Will Mark Guillou ever start regularly in the future? Probably not for a while. He really hasn't shown enough, I don't think, to come close to taking over from, you know, we've got Nkunku trying to get into the fray. He can't even get into the team, you know? You got Jackson, you got Nkunku breathing down his neck. Guillau's got a long way yet. Kenny on loan from Celtic. Kenny is the player we need to watch out for. He's quite decent, apparently. He's their top scorer in this competition. It's a great chance, and it's in! 1-1! Shamrock Rovers, Pum! It's a very rude name. But Pum has scored for Shamrock Rovers. It's a blinding goal. It really is. And the Shamrock Rover faithful are going absolutely ballistic. It's a huge goal for them. And I did say we were going to concede today. I just had a feeling. What is this? What is this thing? And it comes off the backside of Cassidy. Pum. I'm not worried at all. It's a great goal. Good for them, you know. It's a big day out for them. Pum. There we go. Someone said it. Vega. Now we've got a game on our hands, eh? Now we've got a game on our hands. We are 14 likes away from 100 on the stream. Please do smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's a new goals feature on the YouTube chat, by the way. And Nkunku is hurt. I can set goals, but it only appears to be for super chats. So I can start a super chat goal, but it'd be more fun if it was for, like, you could involve likes as well, or subscriptions or something like that. That's something that you don't just only, I need you to pay me for, or for us to hit a goal together. It's a good goal. It is a good goal. It's happening. What's happening? Do you think we need a striker? No. Why do you, Lionel, why do you think we need a striker? Tell me. We have the most goals scored in the entire division in the Premier League by a singular goal, but then to the nearest club, it's like 6 goals. Nicholas Jackson is the 6th highest goal scorer with 9 goals in 15 games. All strikers are wasteful. Like, you're never going to have a striker that's going to score every single opportunity. His goal conversion rate, 22%, is more than Cole Palmer. It's more than Erling Haaland. And it's only 3% less than the top scorer, Mohamed Salah. Minutes per goal, it's a goal every 132 minutes. I don't think he's anywhere near as inconsistent or as bad as people try and make him out to be. It's literally a very good season for him. And he holds himself to a very high standard. Hence why he came off against Tottenham devastated. It's a free kick on the edge of the box. Half an hour played. It's Madueke and Nkunku over the ball. Disasi on the edge of the box. In weight. It's Nkunku with... I was going to say maybe one of the worst free kicks we'll have seen at the Bridge for quite some time, but then I was reminded of Sterling's effort. What? Do you remember Drogba missing any sitters? I'm almost positive he had one of those ones where he was on the line and he put it over the bar. Where it might have bobbled and then he's hit it and it's just gone over. I'd love to know the stats. Didier Drogba. Premier League stats. If there's any... what the fuck? Goals per match, 0.41. Goals per match. So in his career, he got 0.41 goals per 90 minutes. This season, Nicholas Jackson has a goal every 0.68. So if we're going on this one season alone compared to Drogba's career, and this is coming from someone who's that he's my favourite player of all time. So Didier, what was it? Premier League compare. There's a dog barking outside my fucking window. All seasons. So Drogba, Didier, Jackson. So all seasons, we're looking at 134 minutes per goal for Drogba in all seasons and 174 minutes for Jackson. So slightly more. Goals per match, 0.41. For Drogba, it's another terrible back pass, and it's a fantastic finish from Mark Guiu. Absolutely phenomenal finish from Mark Guiu. The cheek of it. It's another absolute stinker of a back pass to the keeper. Mark Guiu pickpockets him. And just like that, 2-1 to the boys. 10 o'clock. Under pressure. Terrible back pass. And it's a fantastic finish. It's a really, really brilliant goal. Speaking of Drogba, like you say, John, that is a Drogba goal if you've ever fucking seen one in your life. That is a proper Drogba goal. Excellent finish. Yeah, it didn't smack his face that time. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Jackson, so Drogba, his all seasons. Goals per match, 0.41. For Jackson, all 2 seasons that he's played so far is 0.46. So, you know, shooting accuracy, 43.61 for Drogba. 65% for Nicholas Jackson. Shooting success, 15.69 for Drogba. 19.01 for Jackson. So, although the big chances... Oh my God, the keeper's had another nightmare! Mark Guiu is an absolute menace. He's an absolute menace to the back line. People that say Vardy better than Drogba is ridiculous. It's just factually incorrect, isn't it? Yeah, their defence is horrible, isn't it? I could see Guiu in a few years being a real problem for Premier League defences, you know. Do you miss Conor Gallagher? Not really now. I was upset he left, unlike Mason Mount. But I did really like Conor Gallagher. And I know people like Lewis fucking hate him, and a bit weird, the hate for Gallagher. It's a great cross. What did someone ask me? Well, oh, what's my favourite football film? Is it Green Street with is it Tobey Maguire? Elijah Wood. I always mix up Tobey Maguire and Elijah Wood for some reason. Luke's at the game. Green Street, yeah, that's my favourite one. Elijah Wood and Tobey Maguire. Elijah Wood, Tobey Maguire. Because they look identical. They're the same person. Literally look the same person. Elijah Wood and Daniel Radcliffe. Drogba was the most clutch striker we've. I mean, they were even saying it, weren't they, on Sky Sports the other day? Great ball over the top. It just hits the back of the defender. 3 best Chelsea strikers have got to be Drogba, Costa, and Peter Osgood, because he's the king of Stamford Bridge. Osgood. But he's the king of Stamford Bridge. Zola's close as well, you know. Have I ever watched another Hoods? I'm old enough. I was at the cinema when that came out. I went and watched it at the cinema. That was like the that was like the big film in 2009 when I was in year 9. Kukurea! What a chance. Bend it like Beckham. She's the man. She's the man's a good one. You'd probably put Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank up there as well. Good Johnson's a good one as well. Nkunku. Dewsbury Hall, it's in! 3-1 to the boys! Hey! 10's o'clock. Where's the old Dewsbury Hall haters, eh? Where's the old Dewsbury Hall haters? Remy? Yeah, I did say. I said Hasselbank. Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Oh, Jimmy! So another bit of a shambles defensively. It was Guiu, Kukurea thread the needle, and Nkunku was dispossessed. Ball came out to Dewsbury Hall on the edge of the box, who just places it in brilliantly. A really good goal. Yeah, like Remy. Strawberry Hall. Have I seen Red One? I liked it, honestly. I thought Red One was a really good film. It's not like life-changing or anything like that, but I'm not all that on Dwayne, the actor, you know. I think The Rock is The Rock in he's the same person in every film he plays. It's incredibly dark, like visually. I couldn't see fucking anything for the majority of the film. It was so poorly lit. That was my only gripe, I think. It was so fucking dark. But it was a good watch. It didn't need to be 2 hours long. It did not need to be 2 hours long. Dwayne, the actor, well, I doubt anyone got it, but was a John Cena reference in from wrestling. Don't smoke. Wouldn't you include Hazard? What, in best strikers in Chelsea's history? Cena farewell tour next year. I'm trying to get tickets to Raw next year. If anyone's going to Raw, I might see you there. I've never seen him. I've been to Raw and SmackDown quite a few times. But Cena was just never around the times that I've been. And he is my favorite, you know. As is most people my age growing up. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Have I ever seen The Undertaker live? No. Seen Randy. I've seen everyone else except for, you know, I saw Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon appeared on Raw the last time I went. Here comes the money. The Bushwhackers. But that would have been a treat. Do what needs... What? Oh, it does need to end. You're right. Great play by Madueke. Cleared away. Oh, Giroud was really good, yeah. I wouldn't class him as one of our all-time great strikers, though. Well, he's probably just numbers-wise, he's got to be up there. Like conversion rate and everything. Giyu's in on a hat trick, by the way. Am I watching Fury on Saturday? I'm not. I might keep an eye on it, but I'm not bothered. Great first touch from Achimpong. Who's winning Tribal Combat at Raw? I don't know. I really don't trust Paul Heyman at the moment. I want to, but I just feel like he's gonna fuck Roman over, you know. That said, CM Punk and Seth are fighting that night, so it's unlikely that his favor will be needed. You know. The Legion of Doom. Are they is that Animal and Legion of Doom? Or am I thinking of the Road Warriors? Also known as the Legion of Doom, yeah. Road Warrior Hawk, Road Warrior Animal, Power Warrior, there was a load of them. Heidenreich, oh my God. Heidenreich. Heidenreich fucking gave me nightmares as a kid. That guy was fucking terrifying. Three minutes of additional time. What is CM Punk's secret, I wonder? I'm not so sure. The badass Billy Gunn. 100 likes on the stream. Oh. Mr. Ass. Beg your pardon. Look at him. Specky little bastard. Test was a big boy, wasn't he? Chelsea player you would have loved to watch all time. I mean, luckily, I got to watch Hazard in his prime, you know, as a regular. I feel like a lot of people missed out. But Drogba, I wish I could go back and watch Drogba as an adult. I'm so happy I got to watch him though throughout my life. Like I'm old enough to remember him like very, very well, as opposed to the kids these days. They don't understand. They don't fucking seem to grasp just how fucking good Drogba was And it's fucking crazy to me, the disrespect that Drogba gets. I don't know if it's like an inside joke or like it's a meme or something to hate on Drogba. It's the same goes for fucking Hazard. People underrate Hazard so much because, and it's a lot of the people you see in the comments or on TikTok and all that or on Twitter, they're faceless children that are probably like 14 years old and have never, ever even heard of someone like Zola, let alone watched fucking Drogba or Hazard or, you know, even someone like Pedro, even Willian, right? The disrespect, the fucking disrespect that Willian gets is outrageous. And it's a Mark Guiu hat-trick with 5 seconds to go in the first half. It's 4-1. And Mark Guiu has a hat-trick. It's 10 o'clock. We just score for fun. We do. It's one of those games, you know. What a game from Mark Guiu. You don't appreciate it when you're young, Phoebe said. I completely agree. There goes the halftime whistle. We'll just carry on talking about nostalgia, you know. But people will say that that's their argument. They'll be like, well, it's just nostalgia. You think that they're better because, you know, it's in the past and everything like that. Drogba would be one of the best strikers in the world now if he was to start his career again and go through the motions as he would. He would easily be one of the best strikers in the world in today's game. He had it all. And people forget how good he was defensively as well. He was superhuman. He was. Are you happy? Your Chelsea stress is finally over. We had a good run, didn't we? We had a good run with... I think the time came to an end, you know. The time has come. It's good to be a good side again. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had some fun with the stress and the outbursts and the fucking, what do you call it? Complete head loss with Chelsea being shit. But my God, we're so back. Not saying that about this game, but we're just back to winning ways. And whether we win the league or not, I can't even believe that it's like a conversation that's being had that it could be this year. It could be Chelsea could win the league this year. I'm not saying we are. I don't think we're in a title race personally. But it's crazy, isn't it? We were so shit for like 2-3 years. And now just out of nowhere, and now it's, well, you spent fucking 200 billion on fucking this, that, and everything else. And it's like, yeah, but if we fucking didn't do as well as we were doing right now, it would be the same argument. When it was, you spent all this money and you're shit still, and now it's working. It's, oh, well, of course it's going to work. You spent all this money, and it's like, we can't fucking win. Well, we can. And we are. But in the sense of what I mean, we can't win in the eyes of that. They've just changed the narrative now. They want something to moan about with Chelsea because things are going too well for their liking. And they've just got their new thing to fucking whinge and gripe about. You know what I'm saying? So do you think we got our Chelsea back? I think we do. I see people giving a lot of hate to Olivia Buzarglo on Twitter, I remember, does anyone remember she tweeted that she feels disconnected from the club, or like, I mean, that was the words. And I always see her tweet come up on like, Lewis will post it again and be like, fucking, he's still feeling disconnected. It's like, I kind of get what she meant. I don't know if there's a deeper meaning to that, but it's just, well, it doesn't matter who, but like the tweet was when we were at our absolute fucking worst, I think, under Pochettino. The tweet was, I feel disconnected from it doesn't feel like Chelsea anymore. It doesn't feel like it's the Chelsea that we're used to. And I completely understand what she meant by it, but I think there was also leading to like the possibility that it was just like, I'm not going to watch the club anymore. I'm not going to support the team, which is crazy to me. The time to be a supporter is in the worst moments, you know. That's the whole fucking idea. You're not supposed to support in the good moments, and then as soon as we're shit, you're like, fuck this. We've been through some horrible times. We've been through some absolute diabolical times over the last few years. Some of the hardest times, the hardest times in my lifetime, that's for sure. But to say that you didn't feel disconnected at one point, or that you didn't, I'll say this, like at the very, very, very worst, you still put the telly on, don't you? You still go to the game, or you still, you're like, oh, fucking hell, we're playing today, aren't we? Ooh. But I'll still watch, because it's a religion, isn't it, really? It's a habit. It's a complete part of your life. And I can't speak for everyone when I say this, but I know for a fact that I can physically not watch Chelsea. If I end up not doing this anymore, I'm still going to watch Chelsea. And I'll probably go to the games again. It's more than a hobby. Like most people, I would say, I think about Chelsea every day. There are certain things in my life that I probably should think about every day. Paying the mortgage. Have I fed Rufus? Did I fucking, remember to turn the oven off or something like that? But without fail, I think of Chelsea multiple times. I wake up and I think of Chelsea. I go to sleep. And in the hard times, I was thinking of Chelsea, and I was like, can we just please go to bed? And there's a picture on my bedside table. I'm just like, picture of us lifting the Champions League trophy. I'm like, please, can we have this back, please? Like the good old days. And then now I'm going to bed, and I'm like, fucking God, we're good again. I dream about Chelsea. Everything in my life. Look at my fucking office. This isn't just for the show, for Christ's sake. This is my first ever house. To imagine I wouldn't have a Chelsea themed room is ludicrous. I'm living out the dream, I've got a Chelsea themed room. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I wouldn't question your allegiance to the club. I don't, there's certain, like, everyone's a certain supporter in their own right. Like the way she said that, it made people question if she's even a Chelsea fan. But I get what she's saying. There were times where you do contemplate what's the fucking point? When Chelsea players in 2022 they just looked like they didn't want to be there, and it looked like not one player wanted to play for Chelsea that season. you know. And every game, just, it felt like we were going to lose. There was a capacity to lose every game, and there was never a capacity to win the game, you know. Those were the games that were the hardest, you know. And you just thought, like, what's the fucking point? What the fuck am I doing watching these fucking clowns that don't even want to be here? Those were the hard times, not the losing, you know. It's watching the players play in the kit that we all dreamed of doing as kids one day. Just take it all for granted and not look like they give a fuck whatsoever. Those were the hard times that you feel disconnected and you're just like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know? So I completely I don't know if that was her intention of what she said. Like, that was the message behind what she said. But in my interpretation of feeling disconnected from the club, that was completely agreeable. And I think everyone, absolutely everyone, has felt, in their own definition of the word, disconnected from Chelsea at one point or another. To say that that's not true, or that, oh, I've never felt disconnected, bollocks. Fucking bollocks, you know? Everyone has felt disconnected. We still watch, though, don't we? We still pay fucking Sky and BT to watch this shite, and we've got through the hard times, and we're being rewarded with Maresca's beautiful football. And, you know, if there are people that actually did give up and have stopped watching Chelsea during that time, fucking good riddance. And if you're trying to grovel your way back into being a Chelsea fan, fuck off, please. Do us all the biggest favour and fuck off, because we don't need you, you know? If you can't support the club at its absolute worst, then you don't deserve to be a fan in the rebuild that we've now got to, where it's all a very well-oiled machine on all, you know, by all accounts, you know. Brilliant channel, Harry. I remember the only time losing my temper was the Kanu hat-trick against us in '99. I was 4 years old and I still remember my dad losing his fucking temper at that. Who was it? My dad threw the footstool at the TV in one of the Chelsea-Liverpool games. You know, when we were just going every year, Chelsea and Liverpool faced each other in the Champions League. My dad, we must have got knocked out of the one with was it Garcia, the ghost goal? The ghost goal, yeah. And it wasn't even the goal, but it was all the replays and everything. It was clearly not over the line. But then we got knocked out, and I just sat on the sofa, and I just see a fucking cat chucking it at the TV. Yeah, people my dad's age, I was so upset we didn't win in 2008, but I'd say, well, I'm not glad we didn't win it, but I don't feel like the magic of 2012 would have happened if we hadn't lost against United. And I think it made for a much, much more impactful memory. Winning in 2012 was just like the pinnacle of football for me. Growing up, I was... How old would I have been? 17? How old was I? Hang on. Yeah, I was 17. So I was old enough to like properly remember it. 2008, I would have been like 14. Not even 13. I would have been 13. I still remember it really, really, really vividly. But Munich was just fucking golden, wasn't it? Absolutely, just like just the way the whole tournament went, and the way that the final went as well. Torres threw on goal against Barcelona. I remember being in tears when that went in. We'd already won pretty much, but that was a moment of like, oh my God, we've fucking done it. Yeah, that was probably one moment. I think Drogba retiring, probably. I was like smile crying a little bit. 2021, I was crying with like laughter because I couldn't believe we'd fucking won. But I feel like I don't know. How old were you when Zola scored against Wolfsburg? I would have been like 7. Was that 2000? When was that? 97. I was 2. I was 2 years old. Jealous of... Well, Reese, mate, we've seen some fucking good times, you know? You had to wait a little bit longer. I'd rather the childhood that we had. Well, I mean, most people would argue that I've had a childhood that's like fairly spoiled. 95, I was born. I got to see, you know, the whole golden era. 2008, yeah, maybe wanting to kick the screen. I think my dad did more than that. And we had so many people over. It was just one of those games where it's like, why did you invite so many people over for the final? I think my dad wanted to show off in case we won, to be like, fuck it, we done it. And like we had friends over that were like Palace fans. They didn't need to be there at all, you know. Didn't end very well, obviously. Spurs have scored again. Oh, Ballack chasing down the ref was fucking hilarious. I remember that game vividly, though, like watching that with my dad. And the Iniesta goal was just heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. Second half has commenced, by the way. I just can't imagine not having been like coherent to remember some of the games that I've watched. Like, no offense, Dan, but I'm so glad I'm my age in that regard. I'm sure I'll envy your age at some point, but not when it comes to football. Like, I've seen things that you probably dream of witnessing, you know? I bet there's so many Chelsea fans now that are like born into it from like their dads, as we most of us are. And you think, fucking, why didn't you have me like 10 years before? Is what I can imagine Dan thinks, is like, God, why did I have to be so young? And I wasn't old enough to remember certain things. But I think I spoke on that like a couple of weeks ago. My dad always used to buy like the VHS tapes for like the seasons, like a not compilation, but like the summary of the season. So we had loads of VHS tapes of all that, and like the Cup Winners' Cup, and you know, all those big moments. The FA Cup, Dennis Wise bringing his son on the pitch. I think all of them brought their kids on, but I just specifically remember on the front cover of that was Dennis Wise and his son, who, ironically, I think is older than me. He was in the audience for that, was he? Had the whole family over for the 2012 final, thinking it was all over when Muller scored. Drogba header sent us wild. Schweinsteiger's miss. Drogba's penalty, running down the street celebrating. I just remember, like, my dad couldn't move. Because he was just in shock. I think he like almost broke his back like the week before the final, so he couldn't even celebrate. Oh no, he broke his rib. He broke his rib. I think he slipped in the shower and broke his rib like the week before the final, and so he couldn't even celebrate properly. So me and my brother are both jumping on him, being like, yeah! And he's like, fucking get off me, you cuss! Fucking my fucking rib! But he's also like, laughing at the same time, and it added to the experience. But he couldn't shout too loud because of his rib. He couldn't laugh or cry too loud because of his rib. But it was still funny. We were all crying. We were all in tears, but like laughing because of how it went. It was such an unbelievable final. That's the thing with Chelsea, is like I can't remember a non sort of like crazy final. Like all of our finals that we've won in my lifetime, I'm sure even when we beat like Portsmouth was it Portsmouth? In the FA Cup final, I think Harry Redknapp was the manager that year. But we've just, it seems like a fucking, I can't remember a boring win. I can't remember a boring Chelsea final win. You know, we've got history as well of like we were the first team to score an FA Cup final goal at the new Wembley. Drogba with his little flick against Van der Sar, or whoever's in goal for United that day. I think it was Van der Sar. But just some crazy stuff that we've seen in the last 30 years. Was it Di Matteo scoring the quickest goal in an FA Cup final? Then, anyway. Was it 38 seconds against Middlesbrough? The 1-0 FA Cup final win versus Man United in 2018 was exciting. Jermaine, it might not be everyone's favourite, but I was there for the game, so I feel like I'm allowed to say it was an exciting one purely for the fact that I was actually in attendance for that game. So I can understand on TV it might have been an absolute dog shit game, but I was there. And for me, fucking loved it, you know? Even if it was Hazard penalty at the other end. But it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. He missed the penalty. He thought I was joking when I celebrated. I mean, Carl, I think I love the enthusiasm. But Sarri ball, no, it was Conte was the manager that season for that game. Unless you're referring to something else. But Carl Thompson said, Abramovich era was our golden age, but I think the best is yet to come. It's fucking absurd and impossible to imagine. It is impossible to imagine a better 25-year run than what we've had under Abramovich. I cannot picture it being better than what we've had. I am excited if it ever is, but I think the one thing that we've never really had is dominance in the Premier League. I'm happy. I could happily die of old age having seen us win the Champions League twice. You know, I'd love to win it again. But for me, the feeling of winning the Champions League the second time wasn't... It was still fucking incredible. Don't get me wrong. But it will never match the first time. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas the league... I just want to win the league again so fucking badly. Just so badly. I want to win it. I would take Premier League over Champions League if it was like what do you want to win next out of Premier League or Champions League? It would be Premier League. You reckon we'll win the third? But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I can see us winning a Champions League before a Premier League. I genuinely can see us winning a Champions League before we win the Premier League again. Just because we are such jammy bastards in like cup runs. And it even like the 2012 run. The run to that, we were the underdogs the entire time. We had multiple huge comebacks. The Napoli game, the Benfica game. It was just absolutely fucking mental, wasn't it? And then the game, the run in 2021 was mental as well. Real Madrid, Porto, fucking Atletico Madrid. And then beating City, who were like shit hot that season as well. But we beat Man City. We beat Pep every game that season, if I'm not mistaken. Did we not? We might have lost. No, we didn't. We won every single game, didn't it? Because it was Tuchel just got the best of him or the better of him every single game. I think we lost one. Yeah. Yeah, the poor form at Wembley needs to fucking end. Oh, Jesus. It's considering how dominant and arguably like at one point we were Wembley was like a home away from home. Sorry, it absolutely stinks as well. It's really bad. It's we need Drogba present at the next Wembley final that we have, you know. I'm surprised. It's almost like he hasn't been at one of them since. Like you'd think he'd be in attendance for at least one game. But he is, and for the longest time, I think, and in a lot of our lifetimes, Drogba will always be Mr. Wembley. I don't think there's another player that's even close to matching him, at least in like top level football. There might be someone in Championship or, you know, playoff finals that has like a really good record. I think Kevin Phillips had a really good record at Wembley, did he not? I don't know why I remember that. Kane has 24 goals at Wembley. Yeah, but that doesn't fucking count. He played at Wembley week in, week out there for Tottenham. And he also is English. So fucking, that doesn't count. It is nearly Tuchel time. It is nearly Tuchel time. Rooney. I'm not including English players. That's fucking bullshit. I'm talking at club level. Cucurella! It's a fantastic goal from Cucurella. He is having an absolute mental season. An absolutely crazy season, is he not? I know it's the game that it is, but a truly remarkable season from Marc Cucurella so far. It's 5-1, and he's put that so beautifully in the bottom corner. Absolutely fantastic goal. Lovely passing, cuts inside, first time shot more or less. And it's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. 5-1. We're eating well tonight. Someone said 7-1, I think, at the beginning. And it could be coming true. Yeah, since our FA Cup final in 2018, our aggregate score at Wembley is 1-4 with 3 penalty wins for the opposition. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? It's Mark Guillou that's coming off, I think. And Joao Felix is coming on. And Reggie, you're in luck. You're in luck because here he is. Disassi came off as well. I think a few players came off there. What's his name? Something Campbell? You've had your day out. Now fuck off home. You've had your day out. Now fuck off home. Tyreek George down the right-hand side. He's switched sides for this half. Joao Felix could be through here for 6. Blasts it across goal. Campbell was there as well. He's gone for goal. You'd argue he could have passed it, but you can't blame him for shooting. Just come off the bench. Struggling for minutes as it is. Well, you'd argue that Chilwell should have had a goal against Leicester. But that was disallowed. Should have counted, if I'm not mistaken. Great play. It's almost like the old days. Goals from strikers, midfielders and defenders. I'm not wearing blue-coloured glasses when I say we've got a chance to win the Prem. It's just all, it's flowing so nicely in it. Joao Felix has been absolutely taken out and he's not looking good here. Immediately calling for help from the medical team. I think he might be over-exaggerating just a little bit. Yellow card for the captain, and Joao Felix is fine. It seemed excessive. It seemed really excessive. Yeah, what was it? Lukaku as well. Lukaku scored against Liverpool. Didn't he score twice against Liverpool? And it was offside both times, but it was like he just wasn't offside. Is that Carabao Cup? Yeah, Walker, what a Gimpe. Yeah, Phoebe, I agree. He's just come off the bench. We're 5-1 up. I think you can allow him to have a bit of a cheeky shot, you know? Bada bing, bada boom. 3-1 to Tottenham, by the way. Solanke with a brace. Xerxes with a goal in the 63rd minute. It was 3-0, though. Kulusevski with a goal in the 47th minute. Xerxes only just scored in the last minute or so. So 3-1. You would imagine that Man United would probably want to proceed in that, you know? Have I watched NXT recently? Nah. I've been wanting to get into it. I'll probably start in January. Keeping up with it every now and then. Is it Joe Hendry's been on there a couple of times, but he's mainly on TNA, isn't he? Say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in it. It's a decent shot. It's a good save, though. WrestleMania needs to come to the UK. Yeah. I mean, yes, I agree. It probably will. I would say, like, before 20. From what I've seen, it's like 2030 is like it will happen before 2030. Whereas I think a lot of people were expecting it to be like next year. But it won't. It won't be. We want 6. I like Ethan Page, all ego. Is that? Yeah, I'm not too. I couldn't even tell you what he sounds like, to be fair. I do need to start watching it. Because then the thing is with like Raw Rumble and all that, it makes Raw Rumbles more interesting, doesn't it? Because when they make appearances, like an NXT wrestler comes through on Raw Rumble, it's another thing to be excited about instead of just waiting for like fucking Booker T to make an appearance or, you know, someone to make a return who's definitely not going to win the Rumble. If Cody wins it again, man, I swear to God. And it's possible. He's out now, isn't he? So Carmelo Hayes is the best guy. Oh, he's shit. At least on the mic. I can't fucking stand him. And not even as like a heel. Like, he's just so lame. He's so lame. He's so lame. He is absolutely, unequivocally not him. I'll tell you that much for free. I can't. He's so stinky. Is he the one with the fuck off afro? No. Yeah, isn't Dean's been like hinted to return? Wasn't the main character in the movie Football Factory a Chelsea fan? Are you thinking of who I'm thinking? Football Factory. Is it? Oh, Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer's not a Chelsea fan, is he? He's a fucking West Ham fan. Billy Bright. Oh. He's a Millwall fan. He was a Chelsea fan in the actual film, though. I need to watch that again at some point. I saw the clip of them arguing on their kids' Sunday league game. It always comes up. You're back from the hospital, are you, Kelly? How long have you been there? Make it sound like you've been there for months. Oh, Joao Felix! It's a good save. I thought for 1 second you were referring to fucking Vinnie Jones as a Chelsea fan, as opposed to a former Chelsea player. Have any of you seen the trailer for Danny Dyer's new film, Marching Powder? It looks so good, but so shit at the same time, which is why it's going to be a really good film. It's a sequel, is it? Because it's all about the hooligans, but like, now that they're a bit too old for all that, aren't they? Spurs have just conceded again. It's 3-2 with 20 minutes to play. 5-1 in this game. 20 minutes to go in here. Have they just scored again? They've just scored again. It's 3-3. What? Or is it? No, they haven't. The notification was wrong. Because it has already said 3-2, and then out of nowhere it said that United had scored again. Still 3-2. Well, Kelly, I hope you're doing a lot better. I'm assuming you are if you're out. The bloke who played Zebedee. I need to watch all this shit again. Zebedee is Roland Manukian. Zebedee is from the Magic Roundabout, isn't he? Christ, how long have you been in the hospital, Kelly? You saw this morning that Chelsea is second. Have you been in a coma? All the best, Andy. All the best. It has just become a bit of a training session at this point. If you haven't liked the stream already, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when I go live and when I post videos. I'll be posting a preview for the Everton game tomorrow. I won't be doing a match review or a player ratings for this game. There's just no fucking point. There probably is a point, but I can't be asked. I'm feeling a lot better than I was when I first started the stream, but I just thought it's just a bit of a waste of time doing it for Conference League. When it gets to the knockouts, we'll do it for those, but I think we'll all save everyone a bit of time. Better off getting rest. Exactly. It's my last day at work tomorrow for the year. I'm off for 3 weeks after this, so come on. You can't. I can't wait. Crack open a beer at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It will be a good day. A very good day. Felix no end product flatters to deceive. I tend to be the same. I'm very, very rarely impressed by Joao Felix. I'm yet to really understand what makes him the player that a lot of people seem to fucking cream their pants over. I don't think we've ever seen the best of Joao Felix, not at Chelsea, but just in general. I can't really recall what made him the most expensive player of all time, or like at his age. He was like one of the first £100 million players, wasn't he? Or was he the first £1 million player, £100 million player? Joao Felix. Like Atletico bought him for 120 mil back in 2019. Fucking crazy, isn't it? It seems so much longer than 2019. His whole thing, that was only 5 years ago. Are you taking the piss? Felix signed a 7-year contract for a fee of £113 million. Cassidy has to go. Wells, happy belated birthday. You've got a Chelsea win just to, cap things off. Choose the super chat colours that count. All the colours. Set a timer. 15 minutes. Share how you'll celebrate. It ends o'clock. I just want to see what this is. Does it come up? Your goals live. Share with... Oh, okay. Can you see that at the top? Yeah. So I made it so that even like 1p sort of does it. This isn't like me baiting a donation, by the way, so that no one feel obligated to do it. But it's a brand new thing that they've got. Annoyingly, like I say, though, they've only got it for super chats. I wish they had it for like subscribers, like how many subs you can get in a stream, or like I can set a goal. There you go, it's done. Thank your audience for making it possible. I mean, I've got to do it. It's 10 o'clock. Thank you, Dan. Do appreciate it, mate. 79p. Wow. Is it for my OnlyFans? Yeah, look, it just says like I can set a goal. So the cheekiness of it. How do I even end it now? Start another goal. So you can do it up to 50. Pick a goal. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, or 50. You can choose what super chat counts. So I might even make it so that it needs to be over £5. The cheek of it. The fucking cheek of it. You can do it so that it's only ones for over £100 count towards the goal. Fucking hell. Setting a timer and then you share what your celebration will be, but you're not made of money. It just seems like Goldbridge does it. I bet he does. I'll get paid tomorrow. Always get paid early for Christmas. And we got the bonus as well. We got a Christmas bonus, and it's backdated for from June. So I've got nice little bits coming through. Nice little paycheck. You know, happy days. That'll pay for the old Christmas fund. Put in the Golden Gold Bridge. But yeah, I would much rather be able to do like a likes goal, but then you can kind of see that. Subscribers or, I don't know, something else, but just feel like only doing a super chat goal is like proper begging it, isn't it? For like, oh, please. Please send me money. Oh, please. Just subscribe. That's all I want. And if you want to, the super chats are always massively appreciated. Kieran, by the way, thank you very much. They're always appreciated, but never necessary. I'll never say no, though, obviously. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you want to send me your money, then by the way, fucking bring it this way. But I couldn't give a bollocks if you don't. If and when Sterling comes back, what are you doing? Keeping or selling? Not doing that well at Arsenal. Well, it's safe to say that he won't be staying at Arsenal. And I don't know how much longer is left on his contract, you know, so I would imagine that we will be looking to sell. I would imagine he will be looking to leave as well. I cannot tell you what I do for work. I hope you can understand. Bit of a scuffle. Referee says play on. Do you make a decent amount streaming? Not enough to quit my job, tell you that much. It's not anywhere, it's not even remotely impressive. not even close to a Liverpool wage. It's nice little bits here and there, but you know, I would be very poor if I did this just as a full-time thing. I shop at Marks and Spencer's. I'm starting. I know. To be fair, someone saying how much do you earn from streaming? Is it worth it? And then I always talk about my local, my weekly shop is Marks and Spencer's. It kind of makes it hard to believe. Proper Tory laugh as well, like. But I can assure you that's just from my job. Sainsbury's is not better than Marks and Spencer's. And I used to work at Sainsbury's, so. and just Rufus in my arm as well. All day. I've got a soft spot for Sainsbury's, having worked there. They have some good bits. But yeah. M&S just thought really good. It's the missus, though, I promise. It is the missus. The missus makes me. She does the shop. I'm a Tesco boy at heart. I love myself some Tesco. Always grown up. I grew up next to a big Tesco. So I've always been a Tesco. Even when I moved house, we had a Tesco near our house. The second house I grew up in. I say grew up in. We moved when I was like in my 20s. I do love a cheese board. I do. I think that's just because you get, well, actually bollocks. I was going to say it's just because I'm of a certain age now, you know, which makes me sound like I'm 50, but I've always loved the cheese board. You know, cheese crackers and a glass of port with after your Christmas meal. It's just I got that from my granddad, so you know, and he's not with us anymore. So I've got to keep on the tradition, you know. No apple slices, no fruit. Bit of brie, bit of Port Salut. I do like a bit of Port Salut. You got your cheddar. I'm more brie over camembert, I'll be honest with you. The stinkiest, ugliest blue cheese that you can find. I fucking love it. I'm not all that on Wensleydale. I hate fucking cheese that has fruit in it. Any Wensleydale with fucking cranberries or like dried orange in it, fucking it is just disgusting. I hate it. Trying to think what other ones. I'm definitely missing out. But I'll tell you the best crackers. The two best crackers you can get are the salt and pepper ones, the little circles, but also the Hovis. Red Leicester has no place being on a cheese board with when you're drinking it with doing it with port, because it's just orange cheddar in essence. Red Leicester is good. It is good. It's a very underrated cheese when it comes to like toasty as well. Tyreek George deflected. Vale. But the Hovis bread slice shaped crackers, I can't describe it any clearer than that. I'll try and get it on the screen. Hang on. Hovis crackers. They taste like digestives. It is just unbelievable. I need to make sure my location is not on the screen. I'm going to copy that and put it on Photoshop. Hang on. Because it always says, like, get this in your local. Anyone had these before? These ones. Oh, my good God. These are the best crackers known to mankind. They are fucking unbelievable. Absolutely love them. It looks like a biscuit because it is. It fucking is a biscuit. I don't know if it actually it's sweet. It is sweet. It is more like a digestive than anything. But it's banging. It's so fucking good. That with a bit of brie and port. It's getting me going just thinking about it. Well, haven't seen them in over a decade. I've had those every Christmas for the fucking as long as I've been alive. I love them. I absolutely love them. Tyreek needs to break this scoring curse. He tries so hard to get one. Yeah, he's trying a bit too hard, didn't he, to get his goal. The conversations swing from Chelsea memories to cheese and crackers. Oh, I want to get this belief that cheese and crackers is fucking Tory activity. A tawny port's always good. I've got like a really fucking old one. I don't know if it's in here actually. Might be in here. I've got a really nice one I got for my 20th and I still haven't opened it. And that was like 20 years aged. Add another 10 years onto that because I still, it's still brewing away. It's probably shit now because it's been stored so badly, but the thought's there. Raksaki. George. Is it 4-2, is it? I tried white port last year, and it's fucking horrible. It's more of a summer drink, apparently. You have it with like tonic water, which tonic water is not everyone's cup of tea, you know. But Coburn's is my favourite brand for port. I recommend that one. It's like a very sort of the generic one, but it's great. It's absolutely great. What's your liquor of choice? I always used to be like a Bacardi or like a white rum, or just rum in general. But I've kind of leaned more towards like vodka these days because it is like a neutral. I've got a Maker's Mark, a bottle of Maker's Mark Christmas edition from last year, the limited edition Maker's Mark. I'm going to be drinking that this year. So I thought it was going to be worth something because it was a Christmas edition one. I've got like a cocktail set with the old fucking and all that, and I've been making a variation of a woo woo. He's cleared it off the line. They nearly scored, and a Shamrock Rovers player has just cleared it off the line. But yeah, a variation of a woo woo. But the cranberry juice just wasn't hitting, you know? So I bought tropical juice and tried that. So it's vodka, it's peach schnapps and cranberry juice. But I got rid of the cranberry juice, did tropical juice instead, because it's more like a syrup, especially when it's got the ice in there. Gets a little thicker, gets frothy as well. So it looks like a proper cocktail afterwards. And we've called it a woo-roo. After Rufus, you know, we've renamed it's a variation of a woo woo, but we've called it a woo roo, just to differentiate from the fact that it clearly isn't a woo woo because it's not cranberry juice. So Rufus, if you want to know the recipe for a woo roo, it is it's 2 doubles of tropical juice. It's a double of vodka and a single of vodka and a single of peach schnapps. Very nice with crushed ice and a wedge of lime. Very nice indeed. Pint of Coors, bottle of Tiger, then whiskey when the gas gets to me. I was drinking some San Miguel last night. I had a couple of cans left over from, I don't even know when. What did I have? Why did I have beers? I can't even remember why I had beers left over. Oh, because I was doing a gaming stream last week. And I had beers then. Man United going out. V8. I haven't had V8 since I was fucking 8. I absolutely loved V8, or tomato juice is just so fucking good. Tomato juice with a bit of Worcester sauce, bit of celery salt, and I mean a Bloody Mary basically. I think I've got to give that a go because I probably would like it, you know. Bit of Tabasco, you know, you can't go wrong. 2 minutes are up. I won't bore you any longer with my rambling, but it has been a pleasure of what was pretty much a guaranteed win. We've had a good chat. We always do when these kinds of games come about. We always end up having a good chinwag, talking about things that aren't necessarily anything to do with the game. It's Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1, and a good day at the office. A brilliant way to cap off, you know, not just an unbeaten run in the Conference League group stages, but a perfect run. 26 goals scored, just 5 conceded, but 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. We finish top of the league. We, as it stands, will face Lugano in the quarterfinal if we get past the round of 16, as they are second. It's Mark Guiu with a hat-trick. Dewsbury Hall and Kukurea is on the score sheet as well. With that said, I will post a preview for the Everton game tomorrow, ahead of our game against Everton on Sunday. Until then, I will see you all tomorrow for the preview. And if not, I will see you on Sunday for the game. Thank you to all of you that have supported today. Thank you for the super chats. If you're watching on TikTok, thank you for following. Please do follow if you haven't done so already. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the stream before you head on out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell notification so that you know when I post that preview tomorrow and when I go live. That will be half an hour before kickoff on Sunday, so it will be about 1:30 if I'm not mistaken. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff at Goodison Park. So until then, all the best. My name is Harry Up the Chels, and peace. Hey, 10 o'clock. Goodbye.